Alright, what's going on, everybody? Today I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of ramble about a situation that I and some other creators, I guess, have found myself in. I'm assuming I'm not the only person that this is happening to. And I have my reasons to believe why this has happened, but I think that it's important to talk about this because now, I know here on YouTube it's been pretty recent, but there's been a lot of changes that have basically made it impossible to talk about a lot of subjects because they simply just don't want people talking about certain things on the platform. A bunch of channels have been just completely demonetized for the types of videos that they make, which generally speaking are commentary channels, and maybe some drama channels here and there. But I definitely thought that this was weird. This was 2 for 2 that this happened on, which usually on YouTube, if you talk about a subject twice and it gets demonetized the way that this did twice, it means that there's something going on. Now, if you don't know, Shane Dawson has found himself in some hot water recently. I know it's not like I haven't talked about that, right? You know, I've definitely covered that, I would say, enough at this point, but go ahead and hear me out on this one. He's been basically getting canceled on Twitter for like 2 weeks now, and it's gotten to the point that even like Jaden Smith has tweeted out against Shane Dawson, and you know, it's been a pretty big topic, right? A lot of people have been talking about it, a lot of people have things to say about it, and at the end of the day, it's probably going to end up being one of the biggest YouTube stories of the year by the time we kind of wrap all of this horrible year up. And it's pretty important to talk about because Shane Dawson is one of the, I guess, mega celebrities, or whatever you want to call, of YouTube. I mean, Shane Dawson is pretty much renowned off of YouTube as well. A lot of people who don't even watch YouTube probably know who Shane Dawson is because their kids watch him, or their kids buy his products, or they want to be like him, something like that. He definitely has a lot of influence, and at the end of the day, it's not often that we have a creator this big doing something like this and everyone having to talk about it because it's just simply that important, I guess. But I'm pretty sure YouTube doesn't want us to talk about it. I'm pretty sure YouTube has something against talking about it. And I have, of course, some reasoning behind that. Now let me go ahead and just get this part out of the way pretty quickly because, I mean, this is kind of what I'm basing everything on. Obviously, Shane Dawson is huge with YouTube. He makes them a lot of money. He garners a lot of viewership. He's literally met with the CEO of YouTube before. In a way, he's kind of a golden boy of YouTube. I mean, he's definitely got those corporate connections, if you know what I'm saying. It isn't like he doesn't have them on speed dial. And I'm not here to insinuate that Shane Dawson has called YouTube up and told them to take action against videos or whatever, but I'm pretty sure that YouTube is seeing this as such a controversial topic that they're just demonetizing content surrounding it. Now, thankfully, I don't get demonetized that often. It's actually pretty rare if I do get demonetized because I've kind of molded my content down formulaically to the point where, like, I kind of figure when something is going to be demonetized, and honestly, I thought that these ones were going to be just regular videos. I mean, I've gotten to the point now where I can just kind of just naturally do a video like this, and I can pretty much guarantee that it's going to be monetized because I just have made so many videos surrounding these rules and everything, and it becomes kind of like a process of muscle memory at a certain point. But both of my videos on Shane Dawson have been demonetized, and for 2 different reasons, both of which were very ridiculous. So the first video I uploaded was a few days ago back on June 21st, and it was called Stop Believing These YouTube Dramas. Now, it wasn't only about Shane Dawson, I talked about other creators as well, especially in the makeup community where they, I guess, realistically get in these dramas only when they're about to push out like a new product or there's a restock. I mean, at that point in time when Shane Dawson put out that tweet and everything and got himself in a bunch of trouble, it was literally within like 12 hours of him restocking his merchandise or his makeup palette, whatever it was. And I basically said that these YouTube dramas are either always exaggerated for views or they're at least hyped up partially in order to sell products and to get views because, well, that's simply what they do. Now, this video was demonetized within like 30 minutes, and, well, YouTube has something called self-certification for channels, which not every channel has, but a lot of the bigger ones or channels that are participating in their program, I'm pretty sure they have a program at least. We basically get to self-rate our videos and tell YouTube what could be wrong for advertisers or whatever. Now, I always answer it truthfully. I mean, I always list under the inappropriate language part pretty much that there's some use of profanity. Well, somehow it got clipped on this. Now, my selection was light profanity like hell or damn, censored profanity in the title, thumbnail, or opening of the video, or strong profanity like the F word after the opening, or strong profanity in a music video because, well, it's pretty often that I do say fuck. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I don't say it and that I'm just super PG, clean, friendly, That really couldn't be farther from the case, I do swear a lot, but I select this on pretty much every single video that I put out because I already know what's gonna happen. I already know that that's what's in the video. But somehow this was strong profanity in the title, thumbnail, or opening of the video, or strong profanity in the title or thumbnail of a music video. So what I did is I went ahead and I looked back at the video, right? And I looked at the title, which is Stop Believing These YouTube Dramas. Obviously, no strong profanity there, unless the word drama is now heavy profanity, but this is the thumbnail, and Shane says shit in it, so I'm assuming that's what got this one clipped. I mean, honestly, I don't really consider that strong profanity. I don't think shit is really that bad of a word, but I guess YouTube found it that way, which is okay, right? You know, I kind of understood that, but what I don't understand is the rating on the most recent one that I did with Cyrus, which just came out yesterday. This one was pretty much instantaneously demonetized. And their reasoning behind it, I mean, I didn't even select anything on this because it's completely rare, if ever, that I upload something like this. But discussions of modern acts of terror, events resulting in the catastrophic loss of human life, or controversial social issues. Okay, so let's think about that, right? Is talking about Shane Dawson being canceled on Twitter discussing modern acts of terror? I mean, I didn't know that Shane Dawson joined some militant organization. I mean, who lost their life here? Who died? You know what I'm saying? I mean, maybe Shane Dawson's career died. I don't know if that's a catastrophic loss of human life, though. And I don't see it as a controversial social issue. I mean, we're not talking about anything too crazy here. I don't really think that people consider Shane Dawson saying some really bad shit 10 years ago a controversial social issue. And if that was the case, and cancellation is considered a controversial social issue, well then, I should have a lot of videos demonetized right about now. Now the thing is I get reviewed pretty much by every video that I upload, so someone at YouTube, an actual person goes through and checks every video to see if I was bullshitting about what I said. I'm almost perfect most of the time, but on these two videos, yeah, apparently I was wrong. I don't know. I guess Shane Dawson and his Twitter is now basically modern acts of terror. I had no idea, but now the real reason that I think that this is the case, and I feel like YouTube is taking such strong action against this whole subject, and I guess in a broader term, against channels that kind of talk about things like this, drama channels, commentary channels, and whatnot, is because a lot of YouTube's golden creators, I guess, are subject of getting completely decimated by quote-unquote hateful content, which most of the time is just us either reading some tweets and criticizing what they said or simply giving a fucking opinion about a subject. Like I said, a lot of channels recently who make commentary videos and who talk about these kinds of things have been completely demonetized. And the thing is once somebody watches and reviews your content at YouTube, it's supposed to be like permanent, the decision that they make, so if they keep the monetization on or whatever, that should be permanent, right? But YouTube is essentially overriding these decisions for some channels that talk about subjects like this. And with Shane Dawson being one of the biggest ones recently, I don't really think it's a surprise that content surrounding that would be demonetized. Now, you might be like, oh, Optimus, you know, who gives a shit? You didn't make any money on the video. Well, that's not even really the problem for me. See, what I like the most is the fact that people watch my videos and my channel grows, and the best way that things like that happen is when people like the video, share it, comment, things like that. It boosts the engagement and it helps it get promoted more, but that shit can't really happen if it's not getting any views because it got demonetized. Now, YouTube always wants to say, oh, hey, we don't suppress content based on it being monetized or not. That's not really a factor, but I mean, every single time that a video gets demonetized, you can pretty much look at the views and just tell exactly when the decision came through because the views flatline. And when it comes to a situation like this, I mean, YouTube probably has at least a little bit of egg on their face, if we're being honest. I mean, for a creator that they've backed so much and that even the CEO has met with, and a creator who's essentially among the top of their hierarchy, YouTube probably doesn't like it when a lot of people call to attention the fact that he's done a lot of really weird, twisted, and crazy shit in his past. Because at a certain point, a lot of people are going to start saying, oh, hey, well, YouTube enables Shane Dawson to do this stuff. YouTube enables Shane Dawson to be this way, which, I mean, if we're being realistic, isn't true at all. Shane Dawson is the person who has to hold the blame for the things that he's done in the past and what he's said and how he's acted. I mean, it's not really an entire internet platform's fault that he did a lot of these things. But I mean, you know, people are going to end up drawing that comparison. People are going to end up saying that. And for YouTube to try and press this issue as a modern act of terror conversation is absolutely nuts. But in general, it's just getting a lot harder to talk about pretty much most subjects here on YouTube. I mean, Jesus Christ, what can you talk about without YouTube getting a stick up their ass? We're getting to the point where you can't make drama videos, you can't talk about drama because YouTube doesn't like that and they'll fully demonetize your content. If you're a commentary channel, right, and you make videos where you just talk about subjects like I do, hey, guess what? Your channel's getting fully demonetized. If you make kids content, guess what? You're getting hit with the basic channel kill. I mean, Jesus Christ, what can you make on YouTube anymore? You can't make edgy content anymore. You can't swear too much. You can't talk about quote-unquote controversial subjects. But hey, if your content's too kid-friendly, guess what? You lose 80% of the features of the website and your monetization basically goes all the way down the drain. I mean, what can anyone talk about? Why is this even a big deal? Why do these things matter? What, people aren't allowed to talk about subjects anymore? People aren't allowed to bring things up without it being quote-unquote controversial? It's so ridiculous. And I mean, if we're being honest, I fared a lot better than a lot of channels, so I have to be grateful for that. But that's the whole point. I shouldn't even have to say that. I shouldn't have to say that, hey, I'm lucky that I've survived this long, my channel survived this long, other people are getting their channels completely wiped out. I shouldn't even have to say that, but hey, when you talk about controversial things, which apparently Shane Dawson is one of those, I mean, you just basically deserve it, man. Yeah, with that being said, though, thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on the channel. Tell me what you think down below. Make sure to follow me over on Twitter and Twitch at @SubToOptimus. Check out Shop Opti down below. Thank you to my channel members. Your support helps my channel tremendously. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, getting demonetized for literally the wrong reason, objectively the wrong reason, and signing out.